This meeting is being recorded.
Hey. Um, Hello. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, excellent. Um, it's 7. Do we know if I think Joe is the only one we have not present currently?
Um, I do not believe he responded, and I do not see him on here.
Okay. But we have quorum.
Yes.
Okay. So I will start. So I'd like to open up the Madison Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Agency for March 2nd, 2026 at 7 p.m. We have Lee Schumacher, Steve Lowry, Anna Loss, myself, our wetland enforcement agent, officer, Maria Patello, and various and assorted um, applicants. So, assuming there are no things to add to the agenda, we can start with our pending applications. Is there anything we need to add? I'll slow down for a second.
Not that I know of.
Excellent. Okay, so our first application is 26-1, 131 Twin Bridge Road. This is we've seen this as an enforcement action. This was received last month, and this part is the house. Within the inland wetland review is the septic system grading and plantings that are part of the enforcement within the 100-foot inland wetlands upland review area. Okay, and we have someone, you want to state your name and then you can give us an overview?
Oh, you gotta unmute.
Pulmonary and C.
I'm Nick McClay. I am echoing. That is. I don't know why he's doing that. Me try turning that.
She was echoing too. It might be on her.
So Steve, do you have both of your things going?
Yeah, he's twice, and Nathis and Young. Nick, is there anybody else on? Because you were listed twice as well.
I can try leaving and then coming back.
And Steve, maybe why don't you mute one of yours?
I only see one name.
Okay, well.
I see you. I have you as an attendee, and I have you as a panelist.
Okay. Like I
I'm
said,
I'm gonna try removing you
okay.
in attendees and see what happens.
She logged in and then logged out.
You're removed as an attendee.
Okay.
Oh, much better.
Much better. No more echoing.
I may have to remove one of Steve too if he's echoing, but I think we're good for now. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll just go into the screen share and show you what's going on. That's okay.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
Come on. So this is the project. As you stated, you know, the actual house, driveway, garage, pool, yada, yada, even the entrance are all outside of the upland area. We are putting the septic system in the upland area. This was all area that was graded out and part of the enforcement that we have to put the plantings in. So I was counting it as part of the upland area that was disturbed, but you know, we're putting the plantings in here. You can see our guide over here. I know one of the questions the town had was specifics about the last two plants, they had given a scientific name on one side and a different name on the other. We tried repeatedly. I sent multiple emails, multiple phone calls, multiple everything to the wetlands soil scientist. Never heard back from him. Uh, we're more than happy to pick either side. I believe the town had said they preferred the one that was a scientific name, so I just updated them to those. In a similar manner, you guys had asked about the planting size. I know most towns do a 2-inch caliper minimum for street trees, and then the shad blow 1 gallon pot. Again, if I could have gotten a hold of him, I would have confirmed with him, but otherwise these are standards that I see everywhere else. Uh, you know, um, well, not really much more to it. We also have the what's it called? Sorry, the infiltrators are probably going to end up inside of the upland area as well. The green area is basically where we're proposing lawn. Everything else is just going to be whatever grows back in. And as I said, these are the plantings that were picked by Richard Snarsky. I know the owners tried repeatedly to get in hold of him, and they tried hiring a different soil scientist, but they weren't able to get him before the meeting started. So
Okay. So can you point out the 100-foot review line? Is that
sorry, it's this blue. It's this line here.
okay?
So as you can see, it's for the most part, everything we're doing is outside of it, except for, as I said, the septic system and some lawn, and obviously the replantings to deal with the enforcement issues we had.
Right. And the detention.
Yeah, and the detention, sorry. Other
Okay.
than, site's already been mostly graded out, so they won't need to really do very much other, a little minor grading near the driveway and the house, but those are again outside of any review. But so pretty straightforward. We're willing to do what we needed to do to fix the problems we caused, and most of the other stuff is outside of the up area. I suppose there's any specific questions instead of me going on.
Yeah. Are there any questions for the applicant? No. So I think can you point out the construction entrance?
Construction entrance is going to be the same basic entrance as the main entrance. It's outlined here in red. I'll put that was one of the things you guys asked for. I'll put a detail on the plan before we resubmit, but it's right here, 50 by 12 anti-tracking pad. I think that's our standard detail for most plans. Like I said, I'm more than happy to put a detail on.
Okay.
That would be where that existing gate is right now. I think
Yes.
Parked the sidewalk.
Pretty much right where the gate is and right where the main road's going to be when they're done. Or main driveway, sorry. You can see I kind of have the gate called out right here.
Yeah, it'd be great to have that on just so we have everything on the plan.
Of course.
I have a quick question and for you, but maybe the agency members. And I looked at the minutes, I didn't see anything. Did we ask to have the area with the plantings? Is it marked out with any, like split rail fencing or anything? Or are we just having the plantings? I just can't remember what we asked.
Yeah,
Besides
I had the same question. I had the same question, and to add to it, I really don't remember what's in that area now. Is it just brush?
it's been most the whole entire site was cleared.
That's
So
what
it's
I thought.
It's
Yeah,
it's
there's nothing.
empty. There's
That's
nothing.
That's what I thought.
And so I guess I couldn't remember if we had asked to have that area, that 50-foot, I think that's 50 feet buffer, is that, or 50 feet out where the plantings are? Not sure how far out they are, but I didn't know if we were having a fence or just the plantings. Should have a fence. Do you remember,
We-
Maria or Anna or somebody?
gonna-
Anybody?
I was gonna say, have we put like placards in the past before? Ask for plaques.
Um, we have done that in instances on really small lots in different areas to be clear about where the wetland boundary is. In this case, the wetland itself is mostly out of where
In
this
the
lawn.
woods, yeah.
Yeah, it's not, and that's what we've done in the past for placards. But sometimes we've done fence, but it's not a big deal. I just didn't remember. Sounds like we
I'm taking
probably
I'm gonna take a quick look now if you wanna wait a sec.
I think it needs to be marked somehow.
Agreed.
I will say the plantings are placed inside of the existing silt fence to mitigate, not going further into the upland area. I don't know if he picked a specific number or not, but we just kind of tried to stay within what was already there, except for obviously where the septic system is, because you're not going to put a tree on top of that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing, I know we talked a lot about, the split rail in the other application last month.
right. But yeah, we haven't talked
And we
about it here.
talked about the species. I think we didn't talk about this, I don't think much last month because they could not get in touch with the soil scientist and they were supposed to come back last month with the correction of the species name matching the plant name. And they hadn't gotten in touch with him. And that was it. So we didn't really discuss that would have
Right.
been the month
Okay.
before.
Okay. Well, I think it would be helpful to have either, I guess, in part, this will help delineate where these plantings are. But it would be helpful to have either, I think we space them, every 50 feet?
The markers, yes.
Yeah. Or have a split rail fence along. It sounds like the silt fence is there that you could, kind of delineate, let's not go beyond this because we have these plantings here as part of this restoration plan. I don't know. So agency members, thoughts, preferences, placards,
Yeah,
rails.
I agree with that, especially on on the eastern side on the eastern side of the lot. I'm not as worried about it on the northern side, but so that's kind of a half and half answer for you, Kayla.
I like to lean towards the placards. I don't know if I don't know if one would require more maintenance over however many years. Like one would be more easier to maintain than the other. But my thought would be placards.
Okay. Well, I think it would be helpful to delineate
Mhm.
to have those every 50 feet or
I think we've said
or so we have
50, I think.
50. So it just says kind of wetland boundary or something, and that's to delineate that, here's this area that shouldn't be disturbed, especially because you're gonna there, what we have as part of the
Yeah.
what we'll ask is that you'll be looking at these, for the survival over 3 years, 80% survival. So it'll be helpful to have this delineated somehow. Um, so I think we could add that. But other than that, I
Yes,
think it
I
looks
didn't mean to
good.
interrupt, but there was
That's okay.
in January's meeting, you talked about a hard delineation, like recommended
Okay.
a possible hard delineation because you said the flags wouldn't last forever. So in
Right.
addition to the buffer.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay, so we did talk about that. Well, if I think placards are fine.
Okay. Yeah, we put placards on plenty of jobs, so. And I think this town and many others.
Yeah, and that'll be helpful for everyone all around.
Mhm.
Other questions for the applicant?
I did see on the plan something about hay bales. If
Oh.
we could just make sure we use straw on the site.
Okay,
Yeah, it's on one of the call outs.
yeah,
Yeah, there you
existing,
go.
yeah, okay. Straw hay bales, got it.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Um, well,
I move that we approve 26-131 Twin Bridge Road. With the additional condition to put black placards along the silt fence, I guess, around uh around this site to the east, oh near
I think it's the,
near the inland wetland boundary. We might
okay.
want to restate that, but
Okay. Um, is there a second?
And
I'll second. Okay. So, if you don't mind, Mr.
McLay,
Yeah, if you don't mind, stop sharing. If you can stop sharing. And then Maria, do you want to pull up
Yep.
I can pull it up, but this way you can modify in real time. Um, so we have a motion to approve with a condition. We also have, along with the approval, it are kind of our standard um, conditions. So for this one, we would approve, we would have our standard about the agent being notified and making sure everything's stabilized. We've got our condition about having the wetland scientists monitor the health and viability for 3 years. And then having it monitored. Oh, right. This was also in our resolution, is that the site plan should be modified to include the best management practices listed for the NDDB report we dated 2/3/26. I know we didn't,
good.
yeah. So that,
easy enough.
so yeah, so if we can have that, plus the fifth condition would be having these placards every 50 meters, really along that restoration area that's being planted.
Yep.
Okay, other discussion of our resolution with conditions?
For the markers, is it gonna be the fence will be in front of, behind the buffer?
I was thinking in front of the
Um,
plantings.
in front.
Yeah, in front of the plantings. It sounds like right now the plantings are along the silt fence
Okay,
or behind the silt fence. Yeah, so
Just
this
in
would
front of
be,
the silt fence. Or just inside of the silt fence, sorry.
okay. Well, we'll want the placards in front of the plantings.
Of course.
in front of the buffer plantings. Okay, so that's correct,
In
right?
front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Other comments or questions before we have a vote?
I'm good.
Okay. All in favor of approving application 26-131 Twin Bridge Road, with the conditions as discussed, raise your hand, say aye.
I
All right. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, great. Thank you. And yeah, that you're ready to go.
You and
Okay,
I did need me to stick around for the enforcement portion at the end, or
that's up to you guys, but I think that I think the only thing we were really waiting for was the updating of the plant names is what it was
Yeah.
kind of,
All right, just wanted to check.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's, yeah, I think we're good. But
All right,
thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So our second pending application is application 26-2, 9 Campus Drive. This is a regulated activity permit for paving, reclamation, and repaving of existing paved lots at town campus. And we discussed this briefly last month, and we have Mr. Whitaker here.
I hope I'm not echoing. Um,
I think that problem was because I had two different versions of Zoom opened up.
oh, really?
Oh.
It took me a while
That's all
not to
right.
find the extra one.
I would laugh at you, but I've done that before too, so it's okay.
Uh,
I'm used to being laughed at.
no.
Um, Thanks for having me tonight. I won't go through the entire thing that I did last time. I think everybody was on the call last time, but I do have a site plan. I'll share my screen and show it real quick just so we're clear on where the areas are. There. So this is a map of town campus way back when they built the police department. So this highlighted area here. So over the course of 3 years, we're going to be repaving all the currently paved areas at town campus. So that's important thing to remember. We're not paving any new areas. This is only reclaiming and repaving existing areas. You've been down there lately. You've probably seen the condition of the pavement is an absolute mess. So we are basically splitting it into 2 or 3 phases. Right now on the books, we have 2 phases. So phase 1 is this highlighted area here. So if you're down by the arts barn, there's a dirt lot there. We're not touching the dirt lot right where the pavement starts. And essentially, we're going to hit all the areas as you would exit the property. We're not doing anything beyond the perimeter fence of the police department. And we're also not going into the police department's west lot because that's newer and better condition. So phase 2 down the road, because you'll see me again next year, hopefully, or actually, no, it's not in the wetlands area, so maybe you won't. It's down in this area where we're going to pave our way out to probably here, and then year 3 will be the driveway. So the goal is to pave our way out of the site. So it's about 95,000, or sorry, 49,000 square feet in this phase total. And then this map here shows the portions that are within the 100-foot wetlands boundary. This was from our Geo project, if you guys remember that, at town campus. So again, approximately where the dirt lot ends, pavement starts, and you would drive out like you were driving out of the site. And this area here is all within the buffer, upland review area, and then everything to the west and out of the site is outside of that area. So about a little bit less or a little bit more than half the job is in the review area. With this job, we're going to be reclaiming. So instead of milling out all the old, let me stop sharing. Instead of milling out all the old pavement and then bringing in new sub base and everything like that, they use a reclaiming machine. Kind of looks like a milling machine. It runs over the asphalt. It tears the asphalt up, drops it right back into place, and then they come fine grade it. They'll probably take off some material so the grade doesn't raise, and then all that gets compacted back down. And then they'll come back in and actually pave it. So it's a pretty quick cycle job. If the weather holds out, it'll be 5 to 7 days to knock this whole phase out. Hoping more along the lines of 5, because obviously it's an interruption to the occupants of the building. So. But that's it. Again, new pavement, new curbing, already paved areas.
Great, thank you.
As far as
Timeline is summer this year, so we can't do any. We'll issue a letter of intent when our budget passes. We'll cut the purchase order 7/1, and then get on the schedule for the summer.
if it rains, does it matter what direction are you going to do the paving? And does it matter what direction you start if you have to stop halfway through due to rain, as far as keeping water out of the wetlands?
I don't think it really matter because no matter which way, there's going to be less water in the wetlands during the process than there is now. Because as soon as that old pavement comes up, gets pulverized and pushed back down, it almost looks like a process surface. So it's more pervious at that point than when it's actually paved. So in the interim, like so say for example, they milled it all off day one and then it rained the next day and they couldn't come back and pave it. You have a more pervious surface during that time. You probably see less surface runoff than if it was actually paved.
Okay.
This is that process where you strip it up, heat it up, and lay it right down behind the machine.
Yeah, it's pulverized almost into like
Yeah.
1 inch pieces, and then it goes right back down in. It's to avoid trucking it all off site. It doesn't change the grade. Again, they usually will scrape some off the top and haul a little bit out just so you don't increase like around your catch basins and everything.
Yeah.
But it's a process that
And you don't
I
have to pay for a base coat.
you don't have to pay for a base if your base is in decent shape. It's really kind of the way to do it nowadays. It saves a lot of cost. It saves a lot of headache. It saves a lot of downtime for your parking lot. And it also is much better than just stripping the top layers of asphalt down and just going right back down on top of it, which was the cheapo way that we used to do it in the apartment industry back in the day. Then all your cracks just come back 6 months later. So this way, you're actually creating a nice new firm
But
subbase.
you're not taking off the asphalt and trucking it away and just leaving
Correct.
pure dirt.
Yep.
Everything essentially goes from paved to paved.
Yep.
Okay.
Great. Other questions for the applicant? No, pretty straightforward. Um, I can, I don't think, so I can share, this is our draft resolution. Does anybody want to make a motion? I'll make a motion. I move that we approve application 26-269 Campus Drive with the following conditions as outlined here, that the Inland Wetlands Agency shall be notified at least 48 priors to commencement of any regulated activity. That will have all the, as you can see, all the soil and erosion measures in place, and that any temporary disturbances shall be restored after paving is complete, along with all the other typical language that we have in our resolution. So this is a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
Great. Is there any discussion? Okay. All in favor of approving application 26-2?
Aye.
I
Raise your hand, say aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Oh, great. Excellent.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.
Great.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. All right. Excellent. So we have 2 receipts. So again, remember with receipts, we can, if you've had a chance to look at them, we can see if we think there's any, if any might have significant activity, or warrant a site walk. So our first application is 26-7 Scotland Avenue. This is for grading, excavation, storm outfall installation, restoration work with sidewalk construction, roadway reclamation, and drainage improvements along Scotland Avenue. As for receipt, I will note, if anybody had a chance to go through, that there is going to be permanent impact to wetlands. So Maria, does that automatically trigger this as a significant activity?
I did not, I actually did not review this yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, I know that I could take a peek now, but I'm not sure what permanent impacts.
Well, they're putting in catch basins which don't exist at this time.
Okay,
However, the catch basins are being put so that the water is going to be going back into wetlands at the same place that they are now. I live on Scotland Avenue, so I've already been to a meeting on this.
but they have, I was gonna say they have
Okay.
had meetings, because this is part of this, isn't this part of the sidewalk?
Yeah, they're tearing the
Yeah.
road up. They're putting in curbs and and a sidewalk on the west side and putting in catch basins.
Right, but yes, but they did, and I'm just thinking back to our regulations and what constitutes a significant activity.
We can bring that up. I mean, that would, we could, I can bring those up if you want to read them.
It's going to be a permanent alteration of wetland, and they kind of they highlight how much is going to be. Let's see, and they give us the amount. Um, that's going to be impacted. I just didn't know if that, I mean, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes, if you have permanent alteration of a wetland, that is
Any
automatically.
deposition of, so significant activity means activity including but not limited to the following activities which may have a major effect or significant impact on wetlands or watercourse. Any deposition of material or removal of material from a regulated area which will or may not or may have a precipitable effect on a regulated area or on another part of the inland wetland watercourse system, whether on the outside of the area which the activity is proposed. Let me share this while I'm reading it. That would be easier. Any activity which precipitously changes the natural channel or may inhibit natural dynamics of watercourse systems. Any activity which precipitously diminishes the natural capacity of inland wetland or watercourse to support desirable fisheries, wildlife. It's not, I don't know if it's doing that. Any activity which is likely to cause or has potential to cause measurable turbidity, siltation, or sedimentation. Any activity which causes measurable diminution of flow or natural water cross groundwater levels in the regulated area. Any activity which is likely to cause or has potential to cause pollution of wetland. Any activity or damages or destroys unique wetland or watercourse areas. So, including but not limited to any of the, which will have a major effect or significant impact on any of these. And then if you wanted to deem it a significant, we usually say which ones.
Right. And, I just glanced through it. It looks like it's 135 square feet of permanent impact within 2 of the 4 wetlands. And it looks like from the map, it is where they're putting these outfalls, these culverts, I guess. Is that what you gathered, Steve, from whatever you've been to?
Well, there's one water course that's being crossed. There's a small brook that comes out of a marsh on one side and goes into a swamp that flows into another marsh on the other side. I don't think there's going to be any permanent change to the wetlands. They have a culvert under there now, and the water just runs off the road as it is, bringing whatever silt flows down there. I don't know about the depth of the catch basins they're going to put in, as whether or not they're going to be a silt trap or not. But
It's not a replacement in kind, or it is?
I don't think, I think some of I don't think there is catch basins there now, right?
no, there's no catch basins on the road.
So they're trying to,
Yeah.
widen the road,
No, they're trying to narrow the road.
narrow the road, put sidewalks.
They're
And then
putting in a
improve the drainage.
sidewalk on the west side, and they're putting in a curb on the east side, and they're trying not to widen the road too much because they don't want to get out of the town road right of way and deal with purchasing or otherwise spending money on other people's property.
It's a wide road to begin.
It's fairly wide road.
Yeah,
That-
it's
the
wide, and
idea-
I think the town right of way is pretty wide in it already.
Yes, yeah, it is.
It's unusually wide for some reason.
They wanted to be 12 feet between curb.
So is this where the existing, that's where the existing,
They don't have
Culvert
all
is.
the pretty colors.
it says concrete wing wall, so I'm assuming that's where the existing culvert is?
Yeah, in here's, yeah, they're gonna be putting in some wing walls rather than just a culvert. So there will be excavating and some fill into the wetland in order to put in the culvert and the wing walls and such. And so, of
I
course,
thought that
that
red
leads
part,
to
yeah.
some siltation possibility.
Right, but that would probably be temporary. Yes?
Well, the siltation would
Which it
be
would be,
temporary.
yeah.
I mean, right now you get siltation from road stuff going off into that brook right now anyways. So, you know,
So, yeah,
catch
Maria, if
basins
you,
may catch some of the crud.
right. So that um you've got this shared, if you expand and look at that red, I think that's what they've highlighted as the permanent on the, at least
How
on,
Can figure
or
out
is it,
how to make it bigger. Oh, here we go. This
or I
area,
can,
Yeah,
no, oh,
it's all the way to the left, I think.
all the way to the left, that red, I mean, I can
Yep.
share,
so this is,
yeah.
Yeah,
I can't see with,
it's clear in the environmental report or whatever that.
yeah, I guess that's what I'm looking at is that environmental report. Um, they call it out, um, they call out exactly what's going to be impacted.
delineation and methodology results.
No, it's on that's a different report than I have.
Yeah, that's different. Oh, well, why is that so different?
I don't know.
I- Like,
As it's a narrative, I'm reading the Scotland wetland narrative with attachments. And then there's a site plan.
well, there's one that from Stanek or
Here it is, Stantec.
Stantec.
So yeah, this is the plan. I was reading the narrative with attachments.
But I think you were in the
Hold
attachment.
it back up if you want to look at where you're going to.
I don't know, I don't know, looking for something that says how much, oh,
Page 6 of the environment, the narrative report.
well, that's what I was in.
Yeah,
Their
I think
appendix.
we're in the attachment though, I think.
Oh,
Go to
yeah. So,
Page 6.
Diesels. This,
No,
yeah.
keep going, keep going,
Well, yeah,
keep going. Stop. Here.
there. So that seems to highlight the parts that are going to be permanently impacted.
That looks like that's as a result of the wing wall construct, I didn't look at the plans in detail, but
Yeah, I didn't either. I think that's right. Well, this is for receipt. I mean, just, from what, I mean, it sounds like they're just going into the wetland to get this constructed. But
well,
not clear what the permanent impacts are, except
I'm
that
not sure what they
I
mean
guess
by
they're-
that.
It looks
Yeah.
like extra fill, just to run out the slope.
The slope, right.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't, I mean, they called it out, which is great, but then it wasn't clear what
Like,
that
did
meant.
they really mean wetland, like permanently altered or Like,
Right.
I don't know if we mean and what they mean are two different, maybe two different things.
Yeah,
Because it looks like
I
they're
think
just
so. I
grading
mean,
out, because they're adding the wing wall.
yeah, I think that's what it
Yeah.
is.
It doesn't look like they're discharging anything. It looks like they're grading, which may be why
Yeah,
they said altered rather than impacted, but
Right.
I don't know.
yeah, okay. Um, sorry, I just wanted to make sure that we
No,
kind of
you're
looked at
fine. Yeah.
this to make, since that was some language in there that could signal stronger impacts. So these are, so this is our first one where we see, this is, I think this one we can all go look at. It's
Right,
public road.
right.
The second one is 12 Deer Creek Drive, and this is an owner applicant who wants to construct a retaining wall, walkway, and grading within 100 feet of wetland. Um, so we can, I don't know enough about this. I looked at it. It looks like there's a lot of wetland behind behind the house. Um, and there's a survey, but not a functions and values statement about the wetlands.
Right. And I don't have these plans in paper yet because I wanted to scale.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
but I have not gotten them in paper yet. This literally came in like 15 minutes before the deadline. Um,
It, is it totally complete? It's not all complete, or it is complete? Or we
when
missing?
No, we're not
So
missing anything. We just don't have the paper version yet.
okay,
So I wanted to scale this. So I heard about this project um a while back. This gentleman called, and then the winter hit. So I didn't think it was happening because of and then I was surprised that he submitted it because obviously they're not going to be able to do anything for a bit. So
no, yeah. I was just out today looking at ponds. It is not easy to get out there.
yeah. Um
Just gonna say.
I did go by it in the late fall, early winter, maybe like November, December, um, when I originally first heard about it. And you could see it, like if you drive down Deer Creek. I'm just gonna share my screen. Can you all see that?
Yep.
Yes.
So when you drive in Deer Creek, right here, like you could see
Okay.
right across into their yard. Like that's what I did. I did not go to this property. I just drove down the road, came in here, looped it around and came back and kind of peeped, through. And it's the area, like this is the existing porch they have. There's existing stairs and then it kind of drops. And I think they're just trying, it looks like they're adding right at the base here so they can kind of level a little. I mean, there was pictures are more relevant, that are better photos that are in Davison, because he had Davison Environmental out there.
Mhm.
So those pictures are a little better. But if you wanted to dry, especially now, I mean, there'll be snow, but with the dead no leaves on the trees, you'll be able to see
Okay.
see right through. But I have not the wetland delineation report from Davison kind of shows the slopey a little better.
Yeah, there's some good pictures in the back of that.
So it looks like, the right here, it looks like they're gonna wall like right here along the edge.
Okay.
And then it does dip really, it does slope pretty far down. So it looks like how this kind of, curves in, that they probably are trying to just get it a little flatter. I don't know. I haven't talked to the gentleman
Okay.
since he's submitted it outside of asking for the paper copies. So, and this is, you can see the flag
Okay.
down in here. So,
All right. So I guess we can, yeah, drive by and see. All right,
yeah.
but these are just for receipt. I don't,
Yes.
so it sounds like there's nothing we probably don't need to do a site walk, at least right now, for anything. And, um, least currently, it doesn't look like we have a significant activity to call out for either of these.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so those are received. All right, and then we have two Section 13s.
Woohoo.
Let's see. We had a shed
Yep.
and then a septic.
Septic. Yeah, change a tank out.
That's all good.
Yep.
Excellent. And then we had treatment of pond. I actually looked at that. Looks like they've been treating that pond since, I can't remember, 2020 or before 2020,
Yeah,
2018.
it's a bit ago. Yeah.
Well, they've had permits almost every
Right.
year or
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they run, it
So
looks like they run for quite, they must get them for like every 5 years or something like that.
yeah, looks like it.
Mm.
So that's fun. Um, okay. Oh, and then so that we just note that they are poisoning the pond. And then let's and
Well, what it
then
is, okay.
that's what it is. Um, and then they have and then now we have our enforcement. So 131 Twin Bridge Road. This is, looking, so again, the enforcement part of that of what we just approved for the house or septic, they cleared the lot. It was within the upland review, and we've asked them to replant. And I think, as Maria said, I think this remaining enforcement bit was just because the plantings weren't labeled properly last time.
Right.
And of course, yeah, and these will be, no one is planting right now. So they have, I think we said until June 30th
Yes.
to complete the planting. And of course, then as we just asked them to put in the placards to delineate
Yep.
that area. So do we have to do anything with this, Maria?
So no, I think it's pretty much done. The only reason why they were supposed to be coming back was to straighten out the names and just, I think we also wanted a caliper put on there a dimension on the tree, a diameter.
Right, right,
Which they just went ahead and did because they were not getting any answers. And
right,
for now, obviously, they probably will like to start, as soon as possible on their house, but obviously their plantings will probably be completed before the house will. So I can keep this enforcement. I don't necessarily need to keep it on unless you want to see it on for a hard reminder, or I could just diary it as they go. Because the plantings will have to be completed, possibly before the house is. So I won't wait to
right.
make sure they're complete before we CO the house, because I have a feeling that's going to last all summer long.
Yeah, no. So yes, I think we just want to know that they've got everything in by June 30th
Right.
for the plantings. Yeah, that's fine.
So I can
So I
just
don't think,
diary it myself and take it off for
yep,
enforcement.
yep.
And then report back.
Yes, that would be
Yeah,
perfect
enjoy.
Okay.
Well, we
for our
granted a
July.
permit on the property, so if Maria's happy, we're happy.
Yes.
Yes, we are always happy if Maria's happy. Generally speaking.
Sometimes.
Um, but yeah, yes, so we can, by June 30, they should have it done, and
Right.
we'll have our
So
meeting.
now, and just to remind y'all that the plantings will be done. Everything else, the markers would wait for the final,
Right,
for this, at the time of CO for their regular activity permit to build their house. Cause that's,
right.
Cause then, well, they might, yeah, well, if they can get them in there, they might as well get those in too. No,
They shouldn't get in the way of anything, but
it's big. I mean, it's a big lot, and I don't think they will. So okay, we can remove that for next month. Take it off.
great. That's very exciting.
Yay.
Okay, so we have approval of the minutes from February 2nd, 2026. I did not, I didn't see anything that
Look
stood
good to me.
out.
Look good to
They
me.
look good. Yeah, they look good to me.
Yeah.
Reminded me that I had to do my training.
Yeah, I got to do that too. I'm gonna
Me
put that on my
too.
calendar.
I do too. We all do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
Motion.
make a motion that we approve the minutes of February 2, 2026.
Second,
All right. All in favor?
I,
aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we've approved the minutes. Remarks. I have no remarks, except this is a lovely quick meeting,
Yep.
unless Maria has lots of remarks. Otherwise, it will be a lovely quick meeting.
I do
No,
not,
no pressure.
I do not have any, I don't have anything to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say.
I
Hopefully
move we
that'll work.
adjourn the
second,
March 2nd, second inland wetland meeting.
All right, we've got a motion, a second. All approved. Raise your
Aye.
hand, say aye.
Who second? I didn't see who second.
I did.
Steve did.
Steve?
did.
Steve. Yeah.
Only
All
because I
right.
beat him to it.
So we have adjourned our meeting at 7:50.
It's a
Yay,
record.
nicely done.
Getting
Okay,
close. Thank you.
well, have a good
All
March
right,
and
thanks.
We'll
see you guys next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.